In February 2022, Foxconn partners with Vedanta to make semiconductors in India in a bid to diversify its business, worth $19.5 billion. Foxconn said it will be a significant boost to domestic manufacturing of electronics in India. The project was planned for Gujarat, the home state of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he had touted it for its potential to create jobs and spur economic growth. However, 1 year after that, Foxconn made an announcement saying that they have withdrawn from the joint venture. The news was seen as a blow to the Indian government's plans to turn the country into a tech manufacturing powerhouse, even as officials have sought to counter that view. What's more surprising was that just a few days ago, Foxconn announced that it will add 50,000 workers in Zhengzhou plant as it prepares for Apple's iPhone 16 launch. Apple will likely unveil the iPhone 16 lineup in September, and it has reportedly set a shipment target of 90 million iPhone 16 units, a 10% growth compared to the previous generation. Despite relocating some of its production bases out of China, Foxconn signed a deal in late July with the Henan provincial government for a new manufacturing project for which it will invest 1 billion yuan to build new business headquarters and a research and development center in Zhengzhou. So does this mean that Foxconn has returned to China? And are they determined to make the Chinese mainland a major base? In this video, we will explain why most foreign companies chose to remain in China rather than leaving to emerging markets, such as India. But before you continue watching, please subscribe to our channel to show your support. But first, what is Foxconn? Foxconn, officially known as Hon Hai Technology Group, is the world's biggest contract electronics manufacturer, most famous for making the Apple iPhone. But there's a lot more to Foxconn than just smartphones. Since it started nearly 50 years ago in Taiwan, Foxconn has grown into a global giant, with 173 factories or offices in 24 countries. They do everything from research and development in tech to signing deals for launching their own satellites. Foxconn doesn't just make phones, they also produce connectors, semiconductors, and electronic parts that are crucial for the automotive, computing, and communications industries. They're even getting into artificial intelligence, partnering with NVIDIA to add AI to their electric vehicles. Plus, they have big plans for smart city tech and other future projects. In a nutshell, Foxconn is huge. That's why so many countries want them to set up factories locally. It means more jobs, advanced technology, and a boost to national pride. Having Foxconn in your country is like saying, "We make Apple products here." India missed the boat. There's been a lot of talk recently about China's low-end manufacturing shifting to countries like Vietnam and India. Foxconn, the world's largest electronics contract manufacturer, even moved part of its operations to these countries. But things haven't gone as smoothly as planned, especially in India. Apple's investment in Indian factories has hit some major roadblocks. Reports show that only about 10% of iPhone 15 assembly happens in India, and it's not without issues. Indian factories still rely heavily on importing components from China, which has led to problems with both quality and efficiency. On top of that, the yield rate for assembling iPhones in India is only around 50%, meaning half of what's produced isn't up to standard. These challenges have caused delays in shipping products to Europe and China, hurting sales. Because of the difficulties in India, including product returns, Apple has had to offer big discounts on the iPhone 15. Learning from these setbacks, Apple is now hesitant to trust its high-end models to Indian factories. Instead, they've decided to produce some of the latest high-end iPhone 16 models in mainland China. Apple isn't just sticking with Foxconn, though. They're also giving a large number of orders for the high-end iPhone 16 series to BYD, yes, the famous EV company that also now assembles iPads. Back in March, BYD's president Wang Chuanfu met with Apple CEO Tim Cook at Apple's China headquarters in Shanghai. Cook made it clear that China remains the most important place for Apple's supply chain. During another meeting with China's Commerce Minister Wang Wentao, Cook emphasized that Apple will continue to focus on long-term growth in China, planning to increase investment in China's supply chain, research and development, and sales. Foxconn's recent investments in new energy vehicles might also be tied to Apple's plans to revive its car project. Following Apple's lead, Foxconn has decided to invest heavily in mainland China to secure its top spot in the contract manufacturing industry. The unfavorable Indian market. Foxconn had high hopes when they decided to set up factories in India. Their main reasons were to meet the demands of big clients like Apple and diversify their supply chain to reduce risks and ensure smooth production. They also saw India's large and affordable labor force as a way to cut costs. Terry Gu, Foxconn's founder, was confident that Foxconn could replicate its success in China anywhere. However, the reality has been quite different, and India's market is starting to lose its shine. One of the biggest issues Foxconn has faced in India is the quality of labor. While labor costs in India are low, the skill level and technical expertise of the workers don't match those in China. This has led to unstable product quality and lower production efficiency. Even though India has a massive population of 1.4 billion, the education and training levels are behind China's, which is reflected in the lower success rates of the products being made there. Now, another challenge has been India's business environment, which has proven to be tough for Foxconn. Initially, India attracted foreign companies by offering tax incentives, but once these companies established themselves, the Indian government's attitude shifted. For example, Wistron, which entered India before Foxconn, was eventually acquired by the Tata Group and had to exit the market. Tata has since become a major player in India's electronics manufacturing industry and is now looking to acquire a majority stake in Pegatron's Indian factory as well. To strengthen its position, Tata has also been actively recruiting talent from Foxconn's Indian operations, offering high salaries to lure away experienced technical staff. India's infrastructure and supply chain are also significantly underdeveloped compared to China's. A well-functioning supply chain is crucial for manufacturing, involving everything from sourcing raw materials to delivering finished products. However, India's supply chain system has major gaps, leading to inefficiencies in production and delays in delivery. Lastly, the level of support from the Indian government has been insufficient. While the government has promoted initiatives like Make in India, the actual support provided to the manufacturing sector is relatively weak. In comparison, China's government has made substantial investments and offered strong policy backing to support its manufacturing industry, something India has not matched. Although India has been trying to replicate China's manufacturing success, the challenges it faces in terms of infrastructure, labor quality, government support, and supply chain development make it difficult for India to achieve the same level of success. In summary, while India might have missed the boat for now, the country still has a promising future when it comes to manufacturing and economic growth. China may currently hold the top spot with the sheer number of supply chain companies, but India is steadily improving every aspect of its manufacturing industry. Looking ahead, India has a significant demographic advantage. By 2030, more than 90 million people are expected to enter the labor market. This growing workforce, combined with efforts from both the government and India's IT giants, is set to boost the country's manufacturing potential. These companies are investing heavily in retraining and skill enhancement for employees, with over 10 billion rupees being poured into these initiatives every year. So, do you think India has what it takes to rise and become a manufacturing powerhouse like China in the future? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to show your support.